All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. Good old Sunday morning, start of the continuation of my work week. Not even the start of my work week. The continuation of my work week. Heading up to Newport News right now to do a loan modification. So I was busy yesterday, plus I needed some rest. So I'm feeling much more refreshed and everything, and had a great members only meeting last night. New channel members came on, had a lot of questions that got answered. Really had a great time chopping it up with them, and out of that came an interesting revelation. And I heard of this happening, but it just didn't click into my head that it was a normal thing for some people. And this, signing up for these signing companies, like the title say, don't sign up for the signing company until you do this. And this is making sure you got all your equipment together. And because I found out that there are notaries that's signing up with signing companies and they don't have all the equipment, and they're getting notifications, and they're like, well, I got to keep telling them no. And for some notaries, it's going to, like, they sign up, let's say in January, for whether finances or whatever the case may be, it can take them 2 or 3 months before they get all the equipment. And dealing with certain signing companies, well, we know, but they don't, but dealing with certain signing companies, you got to have a scanner and scan back stuff, because if not, they're not even gonna mess with you. So, and just as a FYI, just because the signing company wants to scan back doesn't mean that the title company actually wants it. That's just a signing company requirement. They want it to cover their behinds in case you jack something up, and so they can review it before you ship it back and everything. So it's not always the title company or even the lender that requires scans. It's sometimes the signing company. And yes, they will even say, oh, you need to provide us scans for funding and this, that, and the other. That could possibly be true. But I've been told by some title companies, nah, we don't need the scans for funding. We're good. We just need to know that it was done and this, that, and the other. Or they'll tell me sometimes funding's already been approved. That's just a side note, okay? And I'm sharing that with you just to say, not to say don't do the scans, but just so you won't always be so stressed out that, okay, this scan back requirement might not really be coming from the title company all the time. It might just be a signing company thing, okay? Just giving you a FYI, okay? But what's happening is that notaries, y'all are listening to people who are talking about this business, whether they talking about it for free or you paid them. They're doing these videos about hitting that curve there, doing these videos about what's the best signing company, what's the top 5, the top 10, all of this kind of stuff. And then they're telling you to sign up for them, but they're not telling you that when you sign up, you really need to have all of your equipment together, because if you don't, guess what? They're going to be sending you orders because they're thinking that you're ready to go. And you're like, no, I'm not ready to go. And they don't know that you're not ready to go, especially when you sign up and you check those boxes saying you have the equipment. So if you check the box saying I have the equipment, but you really don't, and then you have to, and I don't suggest doing this, because it could really put you off and have you pushed off to the side, changing your profile or calling people and telling them, hey, I've been getting notifications from you, but I just want you to know that, in all honesty, I'm really not ready to go. I'm really not ready to do this thing, but I just wanted you to know that I'm here, but just don't send me anything just yet, and give me a couple of months. That's what notaries are doing. That don't work for these companies. I'm just going to tell you straight up. You doing that with this? I ain't got time to be checking on you in 3 months to see what you are and are not doing, or if you got this together and that together. So at best, all you can do is say, I'm not available at that time. Just reply back. But ideally, you should not be signing up. Now, I think in some cases you can put your profile on pause so you can double check and put it on pause so that it's not active. But you need to do that, because telling somebody, putting yourself in a system and saying that you're ready. And here's the thing, this is what's even more messed up, and y'all need to fuss out these notaries who are doing this to y'all. They got some folk that's telling you sign up for these signing companies and still say that you're available, but they'll probably pick somebody else. But just sign up anyway and say that you're available when the order comes out. Well, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you say that you're available, and let's just say you're the second person who responded back that you're available. Then the first person who gets selected, that responds and selected, has a situation come up to where they can't do it anymore. They'll go to the next person. Oh, that's you. And now you done said that you're available when you're really not, because you don't have the equipment to do it. But you listen to Miss So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so on YouTube or in some little jacked up Facebook group. Oh, well, yeah, what I do is I do this. They lying to you. And if they did do it, I guarantee you they had somebody who they could go to and print the stuff, or they was using their W-2 printer, the printer at their W-2, and doing it that way, which they should not be doing. You should not be using your job's printer for your notary business. You see what I'm saying? Folk be lying out here, and y'all keep falling for this here foolery, and you won't question anybody because y'all hyped up and desperate, and you want to get out here and make this money, and you're thinking you're gonna be pop locking with all this here coins flying in your way, and these dollars just coming raining down on you, and they sitting up here setting you up for failure. I mean, just think about it, just from a common sense perspective. And I'm not trying to say you don't have common sense. What I'm saying is use the common sense that you have. No different than what your mama and your grandmama and your pop and your grandpa would tell you, and your Uncle Bo and all of that. And even that drunk dude on the corner, he would tell you, use your common sense that your mama gave you, that your daddy gave you. That's what they would tell you, and you need to use it. Why would you sign up and be a part of in a database that's actively pushing out work, and then you're saying, oh, okay, I'm in here, but I really can't do anything because it's going to be 2 months or 3 months before I get the equipment? How would you feel if somebody marketed something, you went there to get services done from them, and they're like, yeah, I know this is Shay Shay's beauty salon, but we don't even have any stylist chairs, and they not coming in till next month, and then we're not getting any shampoo bowls, and they'll be in and installed in about 2 more months after that. Okay, but you marketing yourself as if you're ready to do business and you want somebody right now. Well, yeah, I know, but I was just going ahead on and letting people know that I'm here. Okay, well, you here, but you're not ready to do business, are you? No, I'm not. Which goes into my number one way of marketing people, that I've said over and over again, which is a phrase that I coined, so nobody better not steal it, or I'm going to come get you. The number one way to market yourself is to be ready to do business. And if you ain't ready to do business, then you're improperly marketing yourself. You're marketing yourself as you're ready to do business, and you can't do business because you don't have the equipment that you need to have. So therefore, you're not ready to do business, but you're marketing yourself that you are ready to do business. And therefore, you just violated the number one way to market yourself, which is to be ready to do business, because you're not ready to do business. I know what I'm talking about, people. And if you listen to me and you just think about what I'm saying, you would never have signed up for something that way. Now, the other side of the house, which on one end you can't be faulted to a certain degree, is because you don't know that they are ready to drop work into your lap the moment you sign up for these companies. You don't know that. And the reason why you don't know that is because the people who told you to sign up for those companies did not share that with you. They didn't tell you that, oh, it can happen. Now, and I can tell you why they didn't tell you. They didn't tell you because in their area where they are located, it took 2 months before they got an order, before they even got a notification. But what they don't realize is that things are popping in your area and they need notaries. So you sign up, and then you're starting to get all these notifications. And there's notaries that are telling me they're getting 4 and 5 notifications a day, but they don't have none of the equipment to do it. They don't have a printer. They don't have a scanner. They don't even have their notary stamp in some cases. They don't have the stuff, but yet they're signed up and, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, okay. And now you're getting all these orders and you don't know nothing. So my suggestion to you, because you know I got to give you a solution after all this fussing I've been doing, my solution to you will simply be this. Hopefully you can connect with a notary that's cool, and that you have a friend who has a good laser printer, and you bring your own paper and you compensate them for the use of the toner, for using the toner and the drum. I forgot to mention that to them last night. The drum also, because you got to have the drum, which puts the stuff on the paper and all of that. So you need to be able to compensate them and ask them, hey, can you help me out and let me use your scanner, this, that, and the other? I mean, your scanner and printer. Hopefully they'll be willing to. But guess what? It's going to be very awkward if you and this other notary sort of basically competing, and here you are with 4 or 5 closings a week. Let's just say a week. And they ain't getting nothing. And they've been in the business longer than you, and they trying to figure out how are you getting stuff and they're not. You see what I'm saying? That's the question. How are you getting stuff and they're not? That daggone cop. I got to remember that cop is there. I keep forgetting about that. I don't know if he's trying to catch people in my lane or the other lane, but I got to remember that cop is there. I keep forgetting and stuff. That won't happen again. So he's still back there. So he ain't coming to get me. That's good. But that's the thing. So you got to find a way. Trying to use the library, trying to use FedEx, and that's going to cost you too much money. So you're going to have to figure a way out. But that's what's going on, and that is what's hurting a lot of notaries right now, is because these companies are like, oh, you ain't ready to do business? I ain't messing with you. And they can easily tell their staff, don't go back to Shaquanda, don't go back to Kylie, don't mess with Man anymore. They ain't ready. I mean, just think about it. You somebody call you and say, hey, I saw that you're a notary, this, that, and the other, and wanted to find out, can you do this order for me on the 3rd at 12 o'clock? This, that, and the other. We're going to pay you $150. And then we need scan backs. And then you got to tell them, I don't have a printer or a scanner. And one of the other issues is that people aren't informing y'all or making you think that there's a bunch of general notary work on these platforms. There are some, but not a lot. But even still with that general notary work that's on signing order and SnapDocs and stuff, you still got to print and you still got to scan. So in other words, some of these gurus out here are misinforming you, and they can't properly inform you, especially if they ain't even really doing the business. And they just sitting up here, sitting in their little things, selling courses all day long. There's my wife, stuff. You see what I'm saying? They just sitting up here selling courses all day to you, but they not really trying to do the business themselves, or they tired of doing the business. So in other words, it's just a bunch of misinformation out there. And I hate that y'all have had to go through this, and it's not right. It's unfair. And in my opinion, you should get your money back from anybody who you paid for this kind of information. They didn't properly inform you. I'm serious, because here they are supposed to be helping you, and they just flat out didn't tell you, oh yeah, by the way, you can't, if you sign up for those signing companies, you can start getting requests for ... to do work right here and there. But they're basing it off of them. Well, it took me 2 months before I even got a notification. So you're thinking you got this leeway, and you're going into it thinking, oh, okay, well, I'll sign up and I ain't gonna get nothing for the next 2 months. And then you hit the button, you wake up the next morning, and you got 5 notifications. Here you are, brand new notary in that area, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, we need a new notary, and this person seems to be solid. Okay, let's give them a try. And you ain't got a printer, you ain't got a scanner, you ain't got nothing. I get my money back. And I don't care if those folk don't like what I'm saying. I'll get my money back, because you didn't properly inform me. You set me up for failure and stuff, and that ain't right. Is that something? That ain't right. So that's why not everybody should be running their mouth out here on YouTube talking about, I can help notaries and I can educate notaries and I can show you how to make money. Okay, well, you just showed me how to get blacklisted because you told me to sign up for these daggone signing companies. I ain't got printer to one, and then now they don't want to mess with me because I got to tell them, which I shouldn't be telling them, but I got to tell them I don't have a printer, I don't have a scanner, I don't even have electricity in my house because I'm in between places. You're not set up to do business, and nobody's ever informing you. And I know you said, well, Griff, you ain't never said. Well, I thought that, I'll be honest, I thought that was sort of intuitive or common sense, that you don't sit here and say that you are ready to do business when you don't. That's why I keep saying the number one way to market yourself is to be ready to do business. But I guess people don't understand what I'm saying. You don't start a business and don't have the necessary stuff to do business. And then you got to ask the questions. And nobody's doing that. Y'all depending on these folk too much, and they taking y'all money. So that's all I got to say on that. Didn't really mean to rant like that. And if I've offended anybody, it's not my intention to offend you, but somebody got to tell you the truth, because so many people have not, and because they didn't share the truth with you, this is what got you in this situation that you're in now. And it's not fair. It's just not right that you have to deal with this like that. And I can't apologize for anything, to be honest, because I would never done that to y'all if I'm going to educate and teach and tell people, oh, sign up and this, that, and the other. I always tell people, make sure you got all your equipment, get your stuff together, then sign up. And people who have talked to me know I've told them, because they've called me and said, yeah, I'm going to sign up for this. I said, do you have your equipment? Are you ready to do business? Well, no, I don't have everything. Then don't sign up. Don't sign up for those companies. And if you are still going to do it, then you got to make sure you have something in place, somebody who can help you out to go get this stuff done, to print, to scan, and all of that. And if you ain't got it, if you ain't ready, don't do it. It's that simple. Don't do it. So y'all have a good one. Give me your thoughts and feedback in the comment section. I'm pretty sure somebody going to not like this video, because when I talk like this, people don't like it. I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking like this. But nonetheless, I appreciate those of you who understand where I'm coming from. Going forward, don't sign up unless you know you have your equipment together or have an alternative to get the job done. That's simply it. That's simply it. And you'll be fine. Okay? And get your money back from them suckers. Peace.